Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah, coming to you guys, California. Before I begin, I'm going to give all praise as Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledge Yahawashi. I pray the Most High bless this lesson this evening. Gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past and orders and events that are currently happening on the earth. So we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. Now, I come to the conclusion that the Most High has shown me that there are many things in the Bible, many stories in the Bible that have a much deeper meaning than what we have been presented with. The meanings that our ancestors knew about, but these other nations did not. And so since they didn't have these understandings, they had to hide, this esoteric understanding behind words that would keep us away from chasing after our heritage. They would hide it under the guises of magic. And then anything with magic is evil. Because anything that they can't understand is evil. See, evil works perfectly when people are ignorant. That is why all religions are set up to keep people in ignorance. So then they can use the magic that they have learned from us against them, against their Gentile people, as well as us. But once we are, brought back to the knowledge of the Most High, those magical bonds that they have been using against us do not work anymore. And that is what is going on right now. That's why we can see them. That's why we stand up in great boldness in front of them. And that's why they have no response back, because they can give you the initial lie. They can bring out that initial lie. And so long as they grab you with that initial lie, you're good. They're good because they have control over you. It's when you start to question them is when the lie loses its power. And that's as soon as we started saying, I don't need, prove to me that you can, the Most High gave you the power to canonize our books, and we get crickets. Prove to me that I'm only stuck reading 66 or 80 books. Crickets. Prove to me that the book of Enoch is no good. Crickets. Prove to me that Acts 29 should not be part of, the scriptures that we should be able to read. Crickets. Because see, they don't want us to make those connections that in Acts 29 does that we are the Druids. And that these Greeks and every other group learned from the Druids. We are the source. We are the original Mayans. We are the ones who are on the lands here of Mayak. These are all the things that they've been trying to hide, that we are the source. See, they cannot prove that they are the source. They cannot prove that they have the originators of this information. So long as they can just tell you, well, the Greek says this, and you don't question, well, why should I care what the Greek say? Oh, well, Paul said this. Well, show me anywhere else where this is said in the Bible. Show me where Yahawashi said this. Show me where the Israelites were doing this. Show me where you Gentiles took the place of the Israelites. And then that goes their whole argument. So I say, I don't care what color you are. I'm looking at the fruits that you are bearing. If you are doing things to keep these Gentiles in charge and us listening to them, then you are complicit with them. Because even the Gentiles aren't even trying to defend themselves anymore. I haven't seen any Gentiles try to come up with any historical proof of what I'm saying is wrong. So if Gentiles, so-called Europeans at the head of this whole game, the eagle, head of all this, if they're not even trying to defend themselves, then why in the hell are you still defending them? Why are you still going to these churches that have no power? Have you asked your pastor to disprove any of the information you see here? Ask them to prove that those are the people. Ask any of these people to show that the Mayans were like the ones that you see today. Why aren't they depicted in the Bonaparte murals? Why are people like us depicted on those murals? Not saying there weren't other people around us, but I'm talking about the people that are in authority. It's all about authority. The Gentiles have wanted authority, and they've had it. And now they don't even want to talk about what they've done with their authority. I was like, okay, that's cool. Paul said you guys have authority, fine. What'd you do with it the last 2,000 years? Crickets, nothing. So they've been really good with hiding our information in books that are considered magic, which they say are evil. They're evil to them because they expose them. They expose the Gentiles. And I'm going to give you a prime example right now. So we're going to get into this book right here. As you can see here, you see the pentagram right here. Right? And all this is, right? The tetragrammaton right here. The tetragrammaton right here. All these numbers and everything else and all these symbols, things like this. They always put these kinds of things on top of books, and for years that would keep us out of the books right there alone. Just these, these symbols alone would keep our people out of it. Oh, that's evil. Don't look at that. Why? Because our pastor said so. Oh, don't look at this. Why? Because a priest said so. I mean, has a priest or pastor told you to read anything other than one of their books? Oh, I wrote this book. I'm going to go all into the Bible. Just read my books right here. I got all these books, and you just look at here. Look at my Left Behind books. Look at, and this is what's going to happen in the future. It's right on par with the Bible. Yeah, okay. The Mysteries of Magic, I digest, of the writings of Eliphas Levi, with biographical and critical essay by Arthur Edward Waite. Okay, now this book is from 1897, and it's crazy in these books. They're many times, for a lot of the time, they're talking about Israelites. They go into deeper understanding about Israelite writings. They give you the deeper spiritual understandings of things that are going on in the Bible. Okay? A lot of that esoteric knowledge that the Gentiles don't have, never will be able to have. So therefore, they don't want you to get it, so they say, don't read these books. You're going to go to hell if you read these books. And again, nothing but fear. This misplaced energy that they have. That's what Satan is. Misguided, misplaced energy. Which is what this whole society is set up on. It's funny how everyone talks about how they believe that Satan controls the society. The Bible tells you that Satan controls this matrix, but then people can't seem to put their finger on what it is because they're looking for some evil-looking, grotesque person. When it's evil, misplaced, misguided energy. Let me show you. So spirits in the gospel, demon-possessed person, and apparitions. Jesus calls Satan the prince of this world. He is therefore a power which holds sway upon the earth. And we can all agree with that. Jews and Gentiles alike. They talk about how Satan rules this world, right? And he has sway on the world, right? It says it is not a spiritual power, for in such case, it would exclude that of the Most High. Because the Most High controls everything, okay? Jesus said that he beheld it fall from heaven. Again, Jesus said that he beheld it fall from heaven like lightning or under the form of lightning. It is therefore a material power, analogous with electricity, right? We all talk about that, electricity, got these frequencies going on. All of this stuff, all these powers and frequencies, energies, all that stuff, is like Satan. He has his power. He has his electricity. He has his frequencies. Okay? So again, he beheld it fall from heaven like lightning or under the form of lightning. It is therefore a material power analogous to electricity. Jesus says also that Satan is a liar, which we all know. He just lies about stuff. It just puts one lie on top of another lie on top of another lie. It never proves anything. So you want to know if you're dealing with Satan? Start bringing out truth and telling Satan to disprove it. When they don't do it, they're quiet, or they try to ignore it, you know you're dealing with that satanic energy. This is how you try the spirits. Not by just looking at their skin color and thinking that you know by just looking at somebody. It's trying the spirit. Okay? So again, Jesus says also that Satan is a liar, like his father, because the father of Satan is the spirit of falsehood, which ascribes personality to error. To make use of the evil forces of nature, it engendered Satan. To conceive all things without God is to conceive Satan. Is that not what you see, have been seeing going on here? There is no God. Well, there is a God, but he gave us all the power now. The Most High doesn't have his own plan. Most High is now, or God is with the Gentiles. There's no such thing as a God's chosen people. It's us Christians. Us Christians have taken the place of, Most High's chosen people, or God's chosen people. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the same kind of a thing right there. That's exactly the same kind of thing right there. Okay? So the devil is, hold on. To conceive all things without God is to conceive Satan. Like, they want to say, like, there is no God. There's no God that made the universe. It was a Big Bang theory. Things just happen, all just fall into place. There is no God. That is Satan. Always trying to take the place of God, or take the place of the Most High. Just like he's trying to take a place. Like right now, we're talking about how we're the people. We fit the Bible. We fit all these curses that were supposed to happen in the Bible. We fit all the things that happen in the Bible to this group of people that it was already destined to. That it was prophesied to happen to. And they say, oh, that's not true. Because to say that that's not true is then to say that there's no God, because the Most High is the one that has made this whole movie play out the way that it has. But they're saying there is no God. There is no God because the things in the Bible that they said were going to happen to his particular people, that's not true. So to them, there is no God. So therefore, they don't really use the Bible. They say that 1948 was a fulfillment of prophecy. Prophecy seems to revolve around them and not around the Most High. Not around the Most High doing things for his people. It's about man doing things for the people that they say are the people. You see what I'm saying? That's the energy. And when you bring truth, they ignore the truth because their energy is nothing but lies. And that's why these kinds of books, they don't want you reading. Because it goes more in depth. Like we've all heard about it come down like lightning. But then we don't really associate that with energy. Okay? Because then you can find who Satan is by these actions and where this energy is going. So to conceive all things about God is to conceive Satan. The devil is a headless pantheism. He is man with a goat's head. Right? So he's headless. He doesn't have a mind. He doesn't have true thoughts. That is why no one will come against this truth. That is why no one will come and prove what I'm saying wrong. Because they don't have the mind to do so. Remember that they try to, with our people, kill the mind, but keep the body strong? That is what Satan is. Keep the body strong, but have no mind. Have no way of reasoning out a matter. They did that to us in slavery. Destroyed our propensity to think. Our propensity to reason. That is why they show animals, right, with bodies. Because the mind of a man is gone. They're a strong body, because you see right now. I see a lot of beautiful looking bodies, a lot of beautiful looking women, a lot of handsome men, and all over the world, right? No matter where you go, you can see very attractive people. But once you try to talk to them about the truth or about anything of substance, you see that they have no mind. They have the mind of an animal. They have the mind of only wanting to satisfy their physical needs. But as far as going to their spiritual understanding, they have no capacity to do so. That is why we were told to stay separate from them. They might look like us, but their minds are not like ours. Right? So again, the devil is a headless pantheism. He is man with a goat's head. He is animal instinct set in the place of ruling reason. So again, in the ruling reason where they should have a mind, they have animal instincts, and that is it. Okay? He is the shadow which denies the body, the pot repudiating the potter, the nightmare and the absurdity of reason denying the absurdity of faith. He is chance confronting law, grimace insulting beauty. Okay? The void crying, I am God. All right? There's nothing but a void saying, I am God. I am going to be God. You all will worship me. I am nothing but energy. False, fake energy. but I am God. See, the Most High is energy too. So you got to be able to differentiate between the two. The Holy Spirit is brought to bring all things into remembrance. It's going to give us knowledge and understanding and growth to be above the other nations. And that is exactly what you're seeing going on right now. Satan is folly, and those who are possessed by the demons are fools. Okay, fools. Those who are possessed by the demon are fools. Is that not what the vast majority of people are around us? They are fools. Come, reason with us. Come, show me where I am wrong. Show me where the information that I have been given and bringing out is wrong. But see, you can't do that. So all you can do is play with numbers. All you can do is try to hide information. And it just gets to be more foolery and foolery and foolery every day. See, it's funny how you guys say yesterday that there was 4,000 people in the chat. So even before the video was released, there was 4,000 people there. So, which is, I'm sure, a very low number. But within a day, the video had only made it to 4,000 people. So you're trying to tell me that for the first hour that I'm on, there's 4,000 people. But for the next 24 to 25 hours, there's only 4,000 people that watch the video. See, this is what happens when you start. You cannot come against the information, and you have to manipulate numbers. But that's okay, though, because 8 is a beautiful number to me. 8 is the infinity sign. 8 is another number of the Most High. See, I look at the numbers a different way than the vast majority of the people, because that's just a proof that the Most High is in this. Because we will learn that, you'll have conjuration by numbers. You'll be able to look at numbers, and it's going to give you information as to what the Most High is doing. But you must understand these numbers and know what you're looking for when you see them. One is dumb, and the other rends his garments and hides in tombs. Yet another casts himself into fire, here and into water there, and seems the prey of suicidal mania. What are these symptoms? They belong to mental disease. And Jesus also attributing to Satan, that is, to misdirected electricity. Now that's exactly what Satan is. Misdirected electricity. This electricity leads you away from the Most High. This energy leads you to foolishness, to foolery. That is what Satan does. Gives you false energy and false direction. That is what Satan is. This is why we have to change our energy, change what we focus on. That is why they're always trying to get your negative energy going, your fear going, because that is what Satan is. Negative, misguided energy. Energy into fullness. You're in that drunken stupor. Your body, these people, remember, they're strong-looking bodies, but they have no reasoning. So therefore, they got to give you bigger and bigger events to get you looking at things. Get you concentrated on other things. Because that's all that Satan can do. Can try to get you to go somewhere and do something, but you have to do it. You have to give him your energy. Just like concentrate on these presidential elections. I look at them as comedy. I'm looking forward to I'm going to look at the comedy on Tuesday. When they have their debate. It's nothing but comedy at this point. And these people are really putting their faith and energy into this. Thinking that if one gets elected over another, that it's going to be either doom or their best days are coming again, depending on who gets elected. Your glory days are over. Your society cannot continue with all of this truth out here. The Most High is going to get to the point where you're not going to be able to ignore what the Most High is bringing out. He's giving people a chance to make a choice. So that when you get to stand in front of the Most High, he's going to replay your life right back to you. Were you that strong-looking body, that beautiful-looking body, that handsome-looking body, but with the head of an animal that only relies on animal instincts and doesn't think for yourself? That's only out for pleasures? We all love pleasure. We get that. But there's also a time of having to go through difficult times in order to grow. So again, Also attributing to Satan, that is, to misdirected electricity. The majority of other maladies says in reference to a deformed woman, behold, this daughter of Abraham, who has been bound by Satan. Okay? Satan thus becomes the personification even of physical evil. To be bound by Satan here means obviously to be bound or doubled up by a nervous or rheumatic affection. Okay? And we're not going to stop on it on that. I just wanted to share that with you this evening. Might come back again later on, but you just understand that like this here is the same kind of a thing. Misguided energy. Your energy should be on the right, on the lands to the right. The real energy is on these lands to the right, to the land of the Mayak. That land that is the first that was brought up from the deep. The old country, the old world. But people have their misguided energies over here to Spain, right here. St. Peter's Square, right there. And even still, those lands were ruled by the Moors. The Moors were the ones that brought you, society and civilization and taught you everything. But again, that is something that is hidden from Spain. They don't want you to realize that the Moors ran that area for almost 800 years before these so-called European Spaniards came on the scene. And they take our city of Granada and act like as if they built that stuff. They took all of our lands and built on top of it or took it over and raised their flag as if they were the ones that set these places up and have been the ones that bring knowledge. You've always wanted to be the source, but you will never be the source. The source is back. He is with his people. She is with her children. Your time on top is done. All praise is Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledge Yahawashi. Shalom.